In today's video, James Charles and Manny MUA apologized to popular singer, songwriter, and Grammy Award winner Alicia Keys after they tweeted out that she has no business creating her own beauty line simply because she chooses not to wear makeup often. That story coming up now. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. If you're a return subscriber, I sure do appreciate your continued support. If you're new here and you enjoy these types of videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Everyone give this video a big thumbs up, click on that notification bell and select it to all. That way you'll be notified when I upload my next video. Before we get started, and as always, I do need to remind you all that I am a drama commentary channel. I have opinions and I speak them freely. Opinions are not facts, they never have been facts, and they never will be facts. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in. On August 5th, it was announced that wildly talented singer, songwriter, and producer Alicia Keys would be partnering up with E.L.F Cosmetics to create a cruelty-free lifestyle beauty brand that seems to be centered around a skincare line that will be launching later this year. But whether or not they plan to expand to include makeup products is yet to be known. Alicia Keys isn't known for wearing a lot of makeup. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Back on May 31st of 2016, Alicia Keys posted an essay on LennyLetter.com titled Alicia Keys, Time to Uncover Why the Musical Icon is Embracing the Hashtag No Makeup. In her essay, she explains that she was sick of how much women are brainwashed into believing that they have to be perfect on the outside, and if they weren't, they were going to be judged for it. If a woman doesn't fit the typical stereotype that they need to be sexy, skinny, or in la buff, then they aren't considered normal. Even Alicia Keys oftentimes felt like she wasn't good enough based on the beauty standards set by society. She said that she always worried about leaving her home with no makeup on because she was afraid of what the public would think of her. What if a fan wanted to take her picture and then post it to social media? People would see her as she truly was, and it made her feel very insecure. One day, her photographer wanted to do a photo shoot after Alicia had just gotten finished at the gym. At first, she was hesitant, worried about how people would perceive her, but as the photo shoot went on, she said that she never felt more free, more beautiful, or more empowered. She was finally able to tear down those walls, cast aside her insecurities, and just be herself, no longer caring what the world thought of her natural beauty. When her album artwork came out with the image from that life-changing photo shoot, other women began to embrace their natural beauty as well, and Alicia truly hoped that it would be the beginning of a revolution. Alicia Keys wrote, "'Cause I don't want to cover up anymore. Not my face, not my mind, not my soul, not my thoughts, not my dreams, not my struggles, not my emotional growth. Nothing." A lot of people believe that since Alicia Keys decided all those years ago that she no longer wants to feel pressured into wearing makeup, that she is somehow now anti-makeup, but that just isn't the case and they are spreading false information. In an interview she did with the Today Show back in 2016, Alicia explained that she doesn't hate makeup at all. In fact, she loves it. She loves her blush, her eyeliner, and her lip glosses. She enjoys makeup, but she doesn't want to feel pressured to wear it all the time just because society expects women to look a certain way. She is all about everyone just being true to themselves and not caring how the rest of the world views us. Now that you know more about how Alicia Keys actually feels about makeup, let's move on to the now and why James Charles and Manny MUA had to publicly apologize to Alicia Keys. When the announcement was made that Alicia Keys would be launching her own cruelty-free lifestyle beauty brand with E.L.F Cosmetics later this year, both James Charles and Manny MUA took offense. They didn't like the idea of her joining in the retail side of the beauty community, and they tweeted the following shortly after the announcement, despite not doing any prior research and basing their opinions solely on misinformation. James Charles tweeted, "People who do not wear makeup should not be coming out with makeup brands, but that's just my opinion." He also tweeted, "Reworded the original tweet because people assumed I was shading my own friends or people I love, which is not the case." Manny MUA tweeted, "Does anyone else get slightly irritated when celebs come out with entire makeup lines? Especially when those celebs don't even wear makeup. I'm like, girl." Someone replied to Manny, "I wouldn't mind someone being the face of the brand, like Charlie and Dixie being the face of Morphe 2 because it directs towards a younger audience, but creating your own makeup brand is very different." Manny MUA replied, "Oh, being the face of something is so different than having your own brand." And then someone else replied, "Just say you're afraid of competition and go." And then Manny MUA said, "Competition? I ain't competing with no one but myself, but I can smell a cash grab a mile away. Manny also wrote the following on Trend Moon's Instagram post, proving he was referring to Alicia. I thought she didn't wear makeup. At the time of me filming this video on Friday morning, his Instagram comment is still up with over 2,000 likes and nearly 200 comments. What was most likely meant as harmless opinions turned into something much bigger, and both James Charles and Manny MUA deleted their tweets once the criticism became overwhelming. People accused both James Charles and Manny MUA of being racist because they shaded and disrespected Alicia Keys and her brand even before it had the chance to launch. Kaylin tweeted, "Y'all always want to shade black women, but where is this energy for other YouTube women that are coming out with makeup lines? Just saying. I'm actually so annoyed. You're real loud when disrespecting black women, but won't dare raise your lips against a white woman doing the same thing you're trying to drag a black woman for doing." And yes, I'm talking to you, James and Manny. Someone else tweeted, "But you were so quick to congratulate Selena, Charlie, and Dixie for their beauty brands. You were so quick to congratulate your white sisters, but you couldn't do the same for a black sister." This person wrote, "James Charles and Manny MUA shading Alicia Keys for a beauty line. Are we surprised? They've already proved they're anti-black in the past. This is old news." Another person tweeted, "James Charles and Manny MUA are white males who capitalize supremely from an industry mainly used by women. Alicia Keys, a biracial woman, was rumored to have a makeup line and they had a problem? You already don't deserve to capitalize as much as you have. Just be quiet." Both Manny MUA and James Charles have a history of being racially insensitive, and their senseless shading of Alicia Keys is calling into question whether or not the two have actually grown and changed over the years. It is interesting to note, and as others have pointed out, that while they came for Alicia Keys for being yet another celebrity to come out with what they thought to be a makeup brand, they both at the same time were giving free passes to other white celebrities that came out with their own makeup, such as Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio, Shane Dawson, and Selena Gomez. Criticism for Alicia and either praise or silence for the others. Hypocrisy at its finest. After being thoroughly ripped a new one, the following day, James Charles and Manny MUA issued public note apologies to Alicia Keys on Twitter. James Charles wrote, "Yesterday I posted a subtweet about how I thought some celebrities shouldn't launch makeup lines. It was about Alicia Keys. A few years ago she announced that she no longer would wear makeup, so I was bothered because many celebrities come into the beauty space as a cash grab without any actual passion and then leave. I deleted the tweet after a few minutes because it's childish to indirect tweet someone, and I am not the gatekeeper of makeup. Anyone should be able to secure their bag, and it's not up to me which brands people should or shouldn't support. I'm now glad that I did delete it because after reading further, I learned that the beauty line is skincare. This was my mistake, and I should have read more before tweeting, because literally who better to talk about keeping your skin clear without makeup? Regardless of my intention with my tweet, it ended up being a microaggression against someone I respect. So, to Alicia Keys, I owe a direct apology. I'm sorry. It wasn't my place to gatekeep this industry. I can't wait to support and try out the products, and I know the brand will be worth $1 billion in a few years." Manny MUA tweeted his note apology a few hours later. He wrote, "Hey guys. So, yesterday I tweeted that I get slightly irritated when large celebs create cosmetics lines when they don't wear tons of makeup because I saw the news that Alicia Keys is releasing a beauty line. I only tweeted because I know that she stopped wearing makeup years ago, but I should have researched more to discover that she is working with E.L.F. Cosmetics to develop skincare. I get defensive of the beauty community because so many celebrities only come out with cosmetics lines as a cash grab, but I shouldn't have jumped the gun, and regardless, I know I am not the be-all, end-all voice of makeup. Anyone can create what they want to create. That's the beauty of our community. I apologize to those who I upset with my tweet and to Alicia Keys for being so quick to make a judgment. There is room and space for everyone in this community." Manny MUA went on to tweet, "Moral of the story, mind your business and be supportive." The reactions to their apologies were about what you would expect. Their stans were supportive and thanked them for doing the right thing, or commented that their apologies to Alicia Keys were completely unnecessary as they were just offering up their opinions. The critics found their apologies underwhelming and insincere. And now it's time for my 2 cents on this. As always, I'll start with what I agreed with or appreciated, as it's usually a pretty short list. I appreciate that James Charles and Manny MUA issued apologies to Alicia Keys rather than just ignoring the backlash. Manny seemed to be open to the criticism he received and didn't seem to be arguing or making excuses with those that still called him out even after his apology, or at least from what I saw, and that shows maturity. And that pretty much sums up what I appreciated from the two of them. Like I said, a short list. Now on to the many issues I have with what James Charles and Manny MUA did. First, I didn't care for the way they apologized, even though I appreciated them at least apologizing. Confusing, I know. To me personally, and this is just my opinion, note apologies don't really come off as being sincere. They seem cold, impersonal, and only done as a last-ditch effort to cover one's rear end. I feel like proper apologies should be done in video form either on Snapchat, Instagram story, or even a YouTube video. Seeing someone actually apologize gives us a better chance to view their body language and gives us a better sense on whether or not they are actually being honest with their apology. To me, they just seem more personal and heartfelt. In the end, it's not up to us whether or not the apology was good enough or should be accepted. The only person that can accept their apologies is Alicia Keys. Moving on, I'd like to discuss the things that they got wrong. The obvious first mistake was neither of them did their due diligence and researched what her brand would actually be before popping off with their opinions publicly. Had they actually taken the time to read the Allure article, they would have learned that Alicia Keys' brand is centered around skincare. Nowhere in the article did it state it was going to be makeup. Another thing that they got wrong is the assumption that Alicia Keys doesn't wear makeup anymore. Alicia Keys doesn't hate makeup at all, and who are they to tell everyone that she no longer wears it ever? Do they follow her around, spy on her when she's getting ready in the morning to make sure she's going makeup-free 24/7? Just because she chooses to go without it often doesn't mean she's giving it up completely. She said that she doesn't want to feel pressured into wearing makeup every day by society. That doesn't mean she's throwing it all in the trash and never touching the stuff again. It just means that some days she doesn't want to wear it, so she won't, and when she feels like wearing it, she will. Because Alicia Keys chooses not to wear makeup frequently, James Charles and Manny MUA took it upon themselves to insinuate that she is now completely unqualified to come out with her own brand, which, of course, is completely ridiculous and another thing that they got wrong. Alicia Keys has been working on her lifestyle beauty brand with E.L.F Cosmetics for 9 months, and they judged her brand and her ability to come out with quality products before anyone even had the chance to try it. She may not be a chemist or a professional makeup artist, but that doesn't mean that she isn't capable of coming out with a skincare line, or even makeup for that matter. Let's not forget that Alicia Keys wore makeup for years, and it wasn't until 2016 that she fully embraced her natural beauty. It's safe to say that she does, in fact, know a thing or two about quality makeup since she's been in the public eye since she was 15 years old. And now I ask this question: what makes James Charles and Manny MUA think that they are more qualified than her to create their own brand or makeup products? From the research that I've done, James Charles does not appear to be a licensed professional makeup artist. It appears that he is a self-taught MUA that started his career while still in high school. Just your normal everyday guy that started out playing with makeup, posted his looks online, and then amassed a large following on social media. If I'm wrong, I do apologize. He works with Morphe on his products just as Alicia Keys worked with E.L.F Cosmetics on hers. He is certainly not more qualified than Alicia Keys. James Charles is not a professional singer, but he sure does like to think that he is, and we don't see Alicia Keys or any other artist calling him out for trying to inch his way into the music industry, telling him that he has no right to be performing for his fans because he isn't a professional and not nearly passionate enough about it. Pretty darn hypocritical, if you ask me. Manny MUA, on the other hand, has stated in the past that he was a certified makeup artist with MAC and Sephora, so at least he does have some training. But does that really make him the authority on who is and isn't qualified to come out with their own brand? I don't think so. The amount of makeup someone wears on the regular does not indicate their ability to create a quality product. Some could even argue that people who wear far too much makeup may not be capable of producing a more natural, lightweight, barely there collection because they just don't understand the concept of subtlety, equally as ridiculous. I also find it hypocritical that both Manny MUA and James Charles accused Alicia Keys of only coming out with her lifestyle beauty brand as a cash grab. I find this hilarious because neither of them have room to talk in this department. Manny MUA stated that he can smell a cash grab a mile away. Well, considering that Manny is highly familiar with the scent of a cash grab, I wouldn't doubt him on that. Manny MUA did a makeup collaboration with Jeffree Star several years ago. It included 2 velour liquid lipsticks and a highlighter. I know because I bought it. When the first round sold out, Jeffree Star and Manny MUA decided to go for round 2 by selling the collaboration again, but with a new highlighter. Manny also collaborated with Makeup Geek, Ofra Cosmetics, and Morphe before coming out with his own brand. James Charles came out with his own palette with Morphe and then later came out with a mini version of that same palette after everyone realized that the first one was a huge success. He also collaborated with Morphe on a brush set. Both Manny MUA and James Charles have Morphe codes and they both sell merchandise to their fans. Every single one of these things can be considered cash grabs. Neither one of them came out with their products and merchandise simply for the passion. They first and foremost did it for the money, and to be perfectly honest with you, there is nothing wrong with that, and they shouldn't criticize Alicia Keys for wanting to come out with her own brand to make money because they are doing the same exact thing. They claim that they are passionate about makeup, so it doesn't count as a cash grab. First, I'm not buying it. It's always about the money, because if it wasn't, then they wouldn't bother doing it in the first place. And 2, who's to say that Alicia Keys isn't passionate about skincare, or even makeup for that matter? Moving on, I also find it hypocritical that James Charles is willing to criticize celebrities for coming out with their own beauty lines or makeup products, but he won't keep that same energy with his celebrity friends doing the same exact thing. The D'Amelio sisters have come out with their Morphe 2 products. Neither one of them are known for their passion for makeup. Where's the criticism? It has to be a cash grab, right? Shane Dawson, a former friend of James Charles, came out with several makeup products with Jeffree Star last year. Shane was not into makeup before the series he did with Jeffree. Where's the criticism? Selena Gomez, Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Lady Gaga. Where was the criticism? James, you cannot call out celebrities as long as they aren't your friends. It makes you look like a massive hypocrite and totally biased. Honestly, the same goes for Manny MUA. Why didn't he publicly criticize them like he did Alicia Keys? This is all very hypocritical. In the end, James Charles and Manny MUA came off as bitter, jealous, hypocritical, and, in the eyes of many, racist. They should have minded their own business and kept their opinions off social media. They are free to have their opinions, of course, and they can support whoever they want, but they need to remember that when you post your opinions for the public to view, you're going to be criticized for it. And for goodness sakes, do your frickin' research first. I'm honestly disappointed in Manny MUA because he was doing such a good job staying out of drama, minding his own business. Do I expect him to be perfect? No. I don't believe he should be canceled over this, and I truly hope that he learns from it. I can't say I'm surprised by James Charles, but like Manny, I don't feel like it's worth being canceled over, and I hope that eventually he starts to think and do proper research before he speaks. The beauty industry may be oversaturated, but there is room for everyone, and we should all reserve judgment on new brands until we've had the opportunity to at least try the products for ourselves first. So, what do you all think? Do you think what James Charles and Manny MUA tweeted in regards to Alicia Keys was uncalled for? Do you believe that they were in earnest with their apologies? Let me know in the comments down below, but please remember to be respectful to one another. We can each have our own opinions and be adult about it. Name-calling, petty insults, and vicious attacks will not be tolerated. Thank you! And with that, I am out of here. Thank you all so much again for spending some time with me today. I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Remember, if you are new here and you enjoy these types of videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Everyone give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you very shortly on the next one. Bye!